Hey everyone, and welcome back. So doing a bit of a quick update video on some of the stuff that's kind of going on since my last update video, which so it's really more of an update to that update because nothing's actually changed. Just a very kind of quick sort of realization, I think, on my part. Also, I do want to apologize for the delay, about a week and a half, I think it's been. I actually got sick since my last video from like a week and a half ago or so. I actually caught a very bad cold, so much so that, because I usually think like, yeah, I get a cold, it's like, yeah, you're kind of under the weather for like maybe 2 days, 3 days or something, then you're okay. It's like, this was really, really bad. So much so that I think it was like by the third day, I actually was wondering if maybe I got the coof again. And I was like, oh man. So I actually tested myself. Luckily, I still have a couple at-home tests, and I tested myself. Luckily, I was negative. But boy, was I sick. I was like really, really sick. So I literally, even today, like I'm pretty much okay. Still got a couple minor things, but pretty much I'm fine by this point. But oh man, but I basically lost a whole, week plus of doing some of the stuff I've been trying to do, which I did not need to lose that time, especially some of my organizing and cleaning and things. Now, speaking of that, I realized as I've sort of dove into a lot of this stuff that this is much more than just me kind of moving a couple things around. It's actually me literally probably making almost like a lifestyle change. As I mentioned before, I do have a room that is eventually going to have some stuff on display, but currently it is basically, in essence, a storage room. I have stuff in there that I still have stuff in there packaged from the move, and I've opened it and I know what's in there, but it's like still technically in moving boxes. And I'm going through stuff and I sort of realized like I need to get rid of so much stuff. Sometimes I bought things out of stress, bad habit. Other times I bought things because, they were limited and I didn't want to miss out on it. I know it's the FOMO, kind of thing, the fear of missing out. But another thing which I'm a lot better at, but I'm still kind of working with, is if I see something that kind of like a collectible or something that kind of jumps out at me, I get this idea of like, oh, I know how I would want to display that, or have a display with, aspects of that movie, kind of set up. Now, that's not bad, but the problem is I sort of have to gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I have all this stuff that I'm not displaying. And if I can't display it like now or soon that I can see a spot for it, I need to just get rid of it, because it's a good chance I'm probably never going to display it. It's kind of hard because you're going through stuff and it's like, oh, I remember when I bought that, because maybe it was at a convention or something. It's like you kind of have to remove yourself from that. And again, same thing with my poster collection. As mentioned before, I know I've been talking about it for a while now, but it's like I am making an area where I'm going to go through my entire poster collection, organize it specifically. I'm going to start separating it between the ones that I definitely want to keep, definitely ones, if I'm on the fence, I may keep it for now, and then other ones I'm definitely going to try and sell. I know some of you have expressed interest, so once I get closer to that, definitely let you guys know. But yeah, it's like, why do I have all these posters? It's like, it's nice having them technically, but again, they're sitting in a tube, sitting in a box, like, get rid of them. If I'm never going to do anything with them, just get rid of them. And again, that goes with the collectibles and things like that. So it's turning into a much bigger project than I originally thought, which is good, but unfortunately it also means like it can be a little, it can be overwhelming at times, but specifically it gets a little frustrating because, again, there was stuff I really wanted to do, starting some of it now and some of it next month. And I'm like, there's no way, there's just no way. So I'm trying to kind of just find a good balance between all that stuff, but I am still going to make sure that a lot of the timing on videos is a little bit closer. It's not going to be exactly what I want it to be just yet, but it's going to be a lot closer, because I'm going to definitely, as I mentioned in, I think, my New Year message or whatever, that I'm going to treat this very much not as a hobby, not even as a part-time job, but almost as like a second full-time job. And I'm definitely getting closer to that. And I also want to mention my other channel, which is, of course, the Star Wars channel that is currently called Rebel Ramblings. I was shocked that actually so many of you have already even subscribed to it, because there's like nothing there. I don't even have a logo or anything, which I do want to get up there. And that was another thing where I was going to start doing all that stuff in March. And I'm like, there's no way that room is going to be anywhere close to ready in March. But I was like, I don't like the fact that that channel's just kind of sitting there because I want to do stuff for it. And it's like, well, okay, so I came up with an idea. This is obviously for those of you who are interested. Obviously, I know not all of you are. So, but just real quick, for those of you who are interested in that channel, so I'm going to do an intro video very, very soon. Just to kind of like a quick, like, hey, welcome to the channel kind of thing. And then what I decided to do, because I was going through stuff and I sort of realized, I came across some stuff that I have that was from like preview lines, so before one of the movies came out, there was always like preview things preview toys that they were released. I was like, well, what if I did something like that until I could fully dive into that channel fully? I was like, what if I did like a preview line of videos, which kind of just covered a couple things that I have and why I have them and what I have planned to do with them, but I won't actually get to like opening them and obviously displaying them until a little bit further down the line. But that way there's sort of like, it's almost like preview of content to come. Now, obviously I'll mention it more so on that channel, but definitely for those of you who are interested, let me know your thoughts on that, because I think that's actually what I want to do, especially since just recently I actually got one of my Grail pieces in. Took a big gamble and I'm actually kind of glad I did. So that's definitely one. that would probably be the first preview video I would do. Anyway, not to talk about another channel, but I know a lot of you have already sort of subscribed over there, which again, thank you. And again, I want to start creating some sort of content for that already. And I also want to cover something very, very personal. It's not going to be that much. It would be just an occasional video here and there. But like I said, I kind of felt like it was something I should talk about. It was something I've been diagnosed with. Not life-threatening, nothing to worry about. It's something I've always suspected, I've always had, and sure enough, I do. So I'm going to talk about that and just everything that kind of goes around that. For those of you interested, again, those will be separate videos. They will not be that much. The majority of this channel will, in fact, remain the same. It's all about movies with a very strong emphasis on horror films, physical media, collectibles, horror film collectibles and things like that. Anything that's sort of peripheral to that. That's not going to change. And again, one of the things I definitely want to do more of, obviously, are the reviews. That for sure is definitely something I want to start doing a lot more of. I was happy to do the From Beyond one, even though I know I rambled on a little bit too much about some technical aspects about the work print and stuff like that. I know some of you like that, some of you don't. I need to try and make sure, though, the majority of my reviews are a lot shorter. So that's it for this video. Now I am going to be doing a pickups video soon. I'm actually waiting on one more thing to come in. Actually I did just get in the new 4K of Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. Anyway, definitely rambling. Obviously, big ramblings. It's what I do on this channel. So definitely let me know your thoughts on some of this stuff. Again, I apologize for kind of being out, but boy, was I sick. I really appreciate your patience with me and everything. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.